Hello and welcome, it's Debs here talking to you about simple and practical spirituality. I want to talk to you today about surrendering to the flow of life, because one of the things that we do that get in our way so much is we operate from an undertone of fear and believe that everything is all on us. We must have the answers, we must know this, we must get it right. One of my huge things was getting it right. I felt like there was a right way to do everything and a wrong way to do everything, and I had to search out that right way. And I read something on Facebook this morning that a lovely friend of mine, Victoria Green, had posted, and she was talking in her words about how she had seen this too, and her words were being useful. So I'm going to read a little bit from what Victoria wrote because it really impacted me. And I want to invite you, if something, while you are listening to this, if something impacts you, if you resonate with and feel something, that is something that is within you. And the huge part of this video is about, rather than getting this right or being useful to you, I want to be truthful so that you can hear the resonance in this and find your own answers, because that is what this is about. Everything I'm pointing you towards is that you have your own answers within you, and anything that I share that resonates with you is something that is waking up in you that is yours. So Victoria had just been on a program and she'd been listening to something, and her biggest takeaway was trying to be useful. Stop trying to be useful and just be truthful. And then she's saying, oh my gosh, I've got stuck again thinking about what I should write, as once again I find myself trying to make sure I write something valuable and useful to people. And I can really see that for me when I make these videos. Instead of just getting on and making the videos, sometimes I have this time and I've got to get it right. It's got to be useful. People have got to hear something in it. I've got to wake people up to the truth of who they are. They've got to see what I've seen and know what I know. And so she goes on to say, this is the things that got in her way: being useful, being impressive, being knowledgeable, having the right answers, trying to help by having others see what I could see. This is where we get stuck. She said they all got in the way big time when I first started being a coach and thought that's what being of service meant. Like for me, being a YouTuber, making these YouTube videos, this is me being in service. I want to create something useful, impressive, knowledgeable, all of these things. And it's like, actually, if I get past that, I genuinely, from my heart, something shifted and changed. My world, my life changed, and my children's lives changed, everything. I want to help other people find that within themselves, have their own moment of waking up and seeing what makes sense to them and changing their lives, leaning into and becoming part of the flow of life, rather than this, it's all on me. Anyway. So for Victoria, they also caused her no end of worry when she became a parent. And I have seen that too. You know, we have whatever it is we have going on in our lives, whether it is a business like I do, Victoria is a coach, a similar thing, whether it is our parenting, whether it is our relationship, whether it is earning money, our health. Lots of people, you know, have health struggles. And all of these things, we get to this place of believing that it's on us and we need to do it and we need to get it right. So what Victoria is saying, what she heard in this program was, now I know when I step into a coaching session that my clients have exactly the right answers and solutions within them, tailored specifically for them. And this is true of anyone who is watching this video. This is the point. What I am doing, what Victoria is doing when she's coaching, is waking something up within you. It's like you are a light and I am flicking the switch. You are the light. You have this within you. You have the power to change. The power isn't mine. My power is for my change, not yours. Your power is in hearing something that resonates here within you. Like when I read Victoria's post this morning, it resonated with me when she was talking about what got in her way, that she needed to be useful instead of truthful was her insight. What I see for me, it wouldn't exactly be those words. My words were, I felt that I had to get it right. I couldn't do anything unless I got it right. And getting past that, getting over that, seeing that whoever is listening to this video, if something, whether it is being useful instead of being, you need to be more truthful instead of trying to be useful all the time. If you have got to a stage of burnout, if you've got to a stage of, oh my gosh, this is too difficult, how do I do this, whatever it is, you're taking it on you in some way, feeling that it's on you in the way Victoria felt it was on her to be useful, and I felt it was on me to get this right. If you are feeling that something is on you, what you are yearning for, what you are being invited to, is to surrender into the flow of life. So Victoria says, I know and trust this for my girls too. So she has got children, and I know some of her huge insights have been to see that it's not on her. The parenting of her children is not on her. The intelligence behind life has got this. They have got their own wisdom. They are lights too. They can be switched on in the same way and see their own path, see something for themselves. Every single one of us can. And this is learning to know that and to lean into that and trust that. Takes it off our shoulders that it's all on us. So I want to share with you today what happened behind the making of this video, being truthful. So I went to make a video yesterday, and for whatever reason it just wasn't working. Everything that I was saying, I wasn't getting it right. It wasn't feeling good. There was something, it's like, oh, this just isn't good enough. So I just surrendered to this power behind life. I was just like, right, okay, this just isn't working for me. Help, what can I do? And part of the surrendering is just taking all of that off my shoulders and just knowing, however much my head said, the video needs to be out now. This won't work if you don't do it this way. You need to be doing that. Listening to all that noise in my head. I know from previous experience, when that noise starts, it's not anything. It is not useful. It is not worth listening to. So I allowed that to be there. And as soon as I stopped taking any notice of it, and the thought occurred to me, what do you want? It's like, I want to create a great video. I want to create something useful. And then I just started to look to what videos have been great and helpful for me? What have I resonated with? What has sparked me when I have listened to them? And I got into a really, really, really good feeling about that. And then I just went to bed and went to sleep because it was the end of the day. And this morning when I woke up, I was going about my business, and I don't look on Facebook very much, but I just looked onto Facebook, and straight away the first thing I saw, the only thing I saw on Facebook was this post by Victoria. I was like, that's it, that's what I want to share today. This thing that we get into, believing that we have to be useful in Victoria's words, I have to be useful. It's not about being truthful, it's about being useful. And what she saw was actually it is about being truthful. And I saw something that has really changed for me and shifted so much, is letting go of this idea that I have to get it right, and that there is in fact a right way. Because one of the things that has also dropped for me around this was I was very, very judgmental of other people, because I believed that there was a right way, and if I watched or heard or saw somebody else and it didn't resonate with me, in my head that meant they weren't doing it the right way. So I was incredibly judgmental. And when we drop our judgments, and when we drop our own, the things that we hold, our own judgments of ourselves, that we hold ourselves so tightly to, when we allow those things to drop, truth, reality, authenticity come through us, and what we share is actually useful and right in that sense. So it is. And I'm not saying, with parenting, with businesses, with all these things, I'm not saying there's nothing for you to do. I'm here making videos. Children need taking to school, feeding, meals made. I'm not saying there is nothing for you to do. But we are part of an amazing system. We feel things. And what I notice is when I was talking about making the video yesterday, I was making the video from this, it's all on me, I've got to get it right. And this morning, this is just flowing, even though I'm gabbling a little bit, I'm aware of that, but there is something, this is right. When I let go of the idea of it being right, the flow of life comes through me and it is right. And so that is what letting go is. It is surrendering to our own beliefs, that noise in our head that says this way is right, or you have to get it right and this isn't it, or you have to be useful, knowledgeable. I have to, people have to think a certain way when they see me or hear me or listen to my videos. Letting go of all of that, just allowing that to be, allowing people to think you are welcome. Thank you if you're watching my video, thank you. If you have got here, you are genuinely welcome from my heart to think of me whatever it is you wish to think of me. And any judgments you have of me, you are very, very welcome to them. The only reason I would invite you to look at your judgments is because from my own experience of judging other people, the person who got hurt when I was judging other people was me. And it didn't put a good vibe out into the world, and that vibe came back to me. I was the one who lost out. So I would invite you, any judgments of yourself. There's no need to judge yourself for judging either. It is about allowing all of that to just fall away and sitting. For me, as I'm speaking, I can hear the difference in this and feel the difference, in this and in this. I can feel the difference in it. And we are guided by our feelings in that way. We can begin to know ourselves and notice those moments when we are like this and when we are like this. And this, when we are gentle and free, that is getting into the flow of life. And the only thing that stops us getting into the flow of life is a thought that occurs to us that we should be, or it should be. And it could be either. It could be a judgment of how we are being, or it can be a judgment of how life is. It could be, for me, some of those judgments can be around my computer, they can be around my car, they can be around other people, they can be around the food that I'm eating, they can be around my health, the way I'm feeling, they can be around the amount of money I have in my bank account, they can be around my stuff that's going on in my relationship. I can have it should be, they should be, I should be. And then you can fill in the blank at the end. And if I am listening to that and believing that to be true, I am now operating from here. Once I allow that to be exactly as it is, and then look to what is it I would love in this situation? What is a polar opposite to what is that I would love, and look towards that? Because the way we often try to put these things right is to meddle in them, to tell people how they should be, to try and fix the situation and change it from here. Whereas if we allow and let go and then imagine the situation, or imagine what it is we would love, a connection, we would love to feel that love. If we get into that state, if we come from there, what happens, what we do will be, we will feel great anyway. So it's like the reason that we want things to be different, the reason that we want to get it right, the reason that we want people to view us in a certain way, the reason that we judge other people is because we want to feel good. When we let go and allow the flow of life, we already feel good. And then we get to create. And that becomes such fun and so exciting. So thank you very, very much if you have listened to the end. I have in my 60 conversations, I will put the links under here. I have a 60 conversations with Victoria Green, and the program that she was talking about was something that Amir Karkuti had shared. I have a 60 conversations with Amir, so I'll put that under here too. If you haven't watched them, I invite you to watch them. They are two amazing people who are doing great and fabulous things out in the world. Have a great day, and I'll be with you on the next video. Take care. Bye for now.